Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, we're going to cover an issue that users are having with the Proto server. Now, I have experienced this myself a few times on different console. Not all console I've got that black screen or it won't boot after it does it reboot. But I'm gonna try and recreate the issue on this console. Um, it may not happen or it may happen, I'm not quite sure, but one of the thing that I do recommend that you have is a SATA to USB cable. uh, that's one of the, I would say, one of the required thing if you have an RGH console, because if something do happen in the future, whether it's through some experiment or something like that, you want to be able to get your hard drive and plug it onto your PC and use FATXplorer to make modification to the INI file that DashLaunch reads in order to, fix minor issues. Now, I will do a slight demonstration at some point on how to use FileZilla to fix an issue. Like, I will create a scenario and I will use FileZilla to go into the hard drive itself and to make modification. But going forward, we're gonna be try to get Proto set up properly and to get it all going. So here on the mic, on the console itself, so we're gonna go into File Manager, and here in the hard drive itself, there is a plugin folder. Now this plugin folder do have XBGuard. This hasn't been set up, and I think I may go through the process as well, seeing that most persons this is what they have been using. And for the gRPC, we're going to use version 2. I do find out that version 1 it doesn't work properly, and there is some issue at times, especially with Proto itself, because I've tried to use Proto by itself, as a plugin, and it do work. I don't know if that's the reason why the black screen comes up. So I'm gonna use these two files along with the Proto and see if that fixed the issue, because that could be the issue. I'm not quite sure, but we're gonna go over to the website itself and download Proto extension. One thing you're gonna want to be sure is to get your console connected to the network, because I will be using FileZilla for this. Being that the plugin is such a small file, so using FileZilla is the easy way to go rather than moving back and forth to USB. So I'm going to get my console set up to the network and we'll get that going. All right, so I have the network connected and that's the device IP address. So before you use FileZilla, you want to make sure that FTP is enabled on your console. So you're going to go over to modules and go down to FTP server, and you want to make sure that that's enabled. So the port will always be 21, and the username and password are always going to be identical as default unless you change it at some point. So that's what we're going to be using. So the username is Xbox FTP and the password should be the same, and that's what we're going to enable in FileZilla in order to transfer files. All right, so let's get into this, and we're going to switch over to our desktop. We're going to get those files going, and yeah, we're going to do the transfer and everything, and we'll see what happens. So after searching for the Proto plugin, I do realize that in Google search, it comes up as, well, they have two versions that I've seen. So from this site, I see where there's a version 3 out. The version 3, I think you have to actually pay for that. I'm not quite sure what this version does, but I will do some investigating and check out what it actually do. But we're going to go with the version that I've been using, and it's from Xbox Live's Stealth, and this version is 2.1. So we're going to be installing this one, and you can see all the features that this one actually entails. So we're going to go and do our download button, and I've already downloaded it. create a folder called Style Server, and that's what we're going to be actually using through FileZilla. All right, so you can cancel that, and we are going to actually minimize this, and we're going to go into FileZilla. All right, so we can host that. So for the host name itself, we are going to do Xbox FTP. Well, I get that wrong. So the host name is the actual IP address of the console. So the device IP. All right, and the username itself is Xbox FTP, and the password will be the same. And we do have the port, which is 21. So we're gonna do a quick connect, and yes, you can save it. And we'll always allow that. So here on the right, where it says remote site, so this is our console. And you can see we have access to everything there. So let's just as that, and that's our plugin folder. So what we want to do is to grab our Proto plugin that we downloaded, and yeah, we're going to transfer it right over to the console itself. So we search for our download folder, and it should be on the installed server. And we're just gonna drag and drop this over, and it's already there. So now that's what's really fast. So we're gonna go over to our console right now, and we're gonna get that set up, and we'll see what happened when we restart our console. All right, so we're back in our console right now. So let's go into File Manager. We're gonna go into the plugin folder to make sure that everything is right there. All right, so we do have everything we need. So our next step, we're gonna go to DashLaunch. So normally you can have it to the dashboard, but since I'm here, I'm just gonna go right through this. So all right, so we're gonna go to our plugin, and we're gonna go to our R drive and our plugins folder, and we're gonna have gRPC2 as the first one, and go back to plugin. We're gonna have Proto at the second, and let's go back in, and XBDM as the third. So once we do that, we are gonna go over and save our settings, and we're gonna exit, and we'll see what happens. All right, so it's loading up. So once it's loaded to the dashboard, I would recommend you do a reboot on the console. Like you could have turned it off after you save it from the DashLaunch, but we're gonna go here. We're gonna do a reboot, and this would actually initiate the Proto plugin. And then don't be shocked if the console turn off and do a reboot again as it just did. There you go. All right. So we have come to a black screen and the console is off. Yeah. So this is what most persons are experiencing. So the console turned off. I'm going to try to turn it back on and see what happens and see if I come back to that black screen. All right, so it does turn back on. And we have the black screen again. And the console seemed to turn off. All right, so I'm going to go through the process in getting this resolved. And to do so, we're going to need to switch back over to our PC and we're going to load up FATXplorer and make that modification to our file and get that fixed. All right, so now we're back on our PC and what we need to do, we need to get our Jive plugin and we're going to be launching FATXplorer and we're going to be editing that INI file that was saved by DashLaunch because that's the file that actually starts up whenever time your console turns on. And we're going to remove the plugin entry and we're going to remove any cache folder that has stored any data regarding the stealth server. And yeah, we're going to get that resolved. So let's go into FileZilla and load our drive. All right, so we're in FileZilla and the option that we need to go on is devices. If you don't see your drive showing up, you just need to do a refresh and it will load your drive. Select your drive and go to load devices. So your drive may have different partitions, sometimes 2 or 3, depends on how you format it or what type of hard drive you're using. So this is from the original Xbox 360 hard drive that was formatted by the console. SSD drive may have less partitions, but what we want is the content partition because that's where everything is stored. So let's mount that up. And there we go. So what we want to load up is our INI file. So that's where everything is saved. So let's open that up. And we're looking for the line where the plugins are. And what we want to do, we want to delete these. And we want to save our INI file. I'm going to close that. We want to remove this also. And we're going to go into our plugin folder and see if anything was created. So we want to remove the Proto log. You can also remove this since it's not working, so we can remove that. All right, and once that's completed, we are gonna go back to our device and we're gonna unmount our drive. Now we're gonna move back over to our console and get that drive put back in and we'll see the result. All right, so we're at our capture for the console. We're gonna turn it on. All right, so the console is turned on. So let's see what happens if it does power off again. All right, so there we go. We have the boot screen. And we should go straight into Aurora since there's nothing regarding the stealth server to be reading. All right, so it's loading all the games. And there we go. It seemed to be back in. Now, here we go. And as you can see, if we go to our file manager and go to our drive, we did remove the Proto and everything. Now, as to what caused this error, I'm not quite sure. Some console it works really good, and some it doesn't. So what we're going to do, we are going to go through the whole process of setting up XBGuard. So we're going to go through the process. So let's go back to DashLaunch. All right, and we're gonna go to plugin, and we're gonna do almost the same thing, but we're gonna be loading our XBGuard. All right, so we have our 3 plugins there. We're gonna go all the way over, and we are gonna press X and save it there. Then we press P, and the console will do the same thing. It will do its reboot. So once our loads up, we're gonna do a reboot on the console, and we should be up and running with XBGuard. All right, so let's go. We're gonna do a reboot, and the console will do a restart as it did with Proto. All right, we have our console starting up. And it does its restart. And then it should start initializing the XBGuard stealth server. And there we go. So the issue with the Proto stealth server, I'm not quite sure what actually is causing that. I don't know if there's a change in the file itself. The console does not let it update on it. And you can see we are on Proto, so this stealth server is working. And this links back to my previous video I did regarding gaming in 2026. Because in that I was also using the XBGuard stealth server to show to join different games. So going forward, I would recommend you using XBGuard. I don't know if the new version of Proto fixed that issue with the blackout screen, but that version is a paid version, and also have to investigate if that is a legit file itself or someone just post something up. I'm not quite sure. I have to really investigate that. But yeah, so that's all we resolved the blackout issue regarding setting up Proto for some people. Some on any other error, I would suggest taking this approach and editing that INF file and just go along with XBGuard just until this whole product thing can be further investigated and resolved. So yeah, so that's it for this video. Um, like and subscribe, and join me for more RGH 3 101. So I'll see you in the next one.